The winter morning was brutal, the kind that bites at your bones even inside your home. Margaret Thompson, a frail 72-year-old woman, tightened her faded shawl around her shoulders as she shuffled toward the kitchen. The heater hadn't worked in days, and the silence in the house was heavier than the cold. Her son hadn't called in over 3 years. Her life had become a series of unspoken goodbyes, to youth, to companionship, to relevance. The cupboard door creaked as she reached for the teacup on the highest shelf, her fingers trembling. A sudden wave of dizziness hit her like a crashing tide. Her world spun, and in an instant, she was on the floor, pain radiating from her hip, helpless and gasping. "Help," she whimpered into the empty room. But only silence answered. Time dragged cruelly. The ceiling became her sky, and the cracked tiles beneath her cheek were her new ground. Memories came flooding in. Not of better days, but of missed birthdays, unanswered messages, and a once-close relationship shattered by words spoken in anger. She had always wanted Daniel to be safe, to have structure, to not take risks. But he had wanted freedom, dreams, adventure. The argument that ended it all echoed in her mind. "You're throwing your life away," she had screamed. "No, I'm living it," he had shot back, his face red with frustration. That door had slammed harder than any she had heard in her life. It was the last sound of him in that house. On the floor, she began to sob. Not just from the pain, but from the loneliness that came with years of pride and silence. Her fingers trembled as she tried reaching for her phone, just inches away on the dining chair. But her body didn't obey. All she could do was cry out again, "Please, someone, anyone." Then a knock on the door. A gentle, almost questioning knock that sliced through the silence like a miracle. "Mrs. Thompson?" a soft voice called out. It was Lily, the girl from next door. 10 years old, full of life, innocence, and the kind of empathy adults often forget. She had seen the untouched mail, noticed the uncollected milk bottles, and something in her heart had told her something was wrong. When Lily entered and found her neighbor collapsed, the little girl didn't hesitate. She called 911, held Margaret's hand, and whispered, "It's going to be okay. I'm here." That small hand in hers felt like the hand of an angel. Margaret wept openly. Not just for the pain, but for the kindness. At the hospital, the diagnosis was clear, a fractured hip. Surgery was necessary. The sterile lights, the beeping monitors, and the cold sheets were unfamiliar and frightening. But the loneliness was worse. Days passed. Nurses came and went. But it was Lily who visited every day, bringing homemade cards, flowers, and chatter about school, as if they'd been friends forever. One afternoon, Lily brought a drawing. Crayon stick figures. A mother and son holding hands. On the top, in colorful letters, "Family is forever." Margaret's hands shook as she held it. That drawing became a mirror, showing her everything she had lost, everything she had thrown away in the name of being right. It was that night she asked Lily to help her find her son. The little girl's eyes lit up. "I'll help you, Mrs. Thompson. I'm really good with the internet." Together, they searched. Hours passed. Social media profiles, directories, and email drafts. Until finally, they found him. Daniel Thompson. Seattle. A business consultant now. Doing well. Margaret's fingers hovered over the keyboard. She typed and deleted her message a dozen times. Finally, she wrote. "Daniel. I'm sorry for the time we lost. I fell, and I was lying there thinking of you, of us. I miss you. I love you. Please write back. Even if just once. Love, Mom." She sent it. Then stared at the screen like a woman staring at a closed door, hoping someone would knock. 3 days passed. Nothing. On the 4th day, an email. One line. "Mom, I'm coming tomorrow if I can. I miss you too. She read it over and over. Her heart leapt, 1,000 feelings crashing all at once, joy, regret, anticipation, fear. Would he really come? Would he still love her? The next day, she sat by the window from sunrise to dusk. Her eyes searched every passing car. But he didn't come. Not that day. Her heart sank. Maybe it was too late. Maybe some doors stayed closed. But then, on the morning of the second day, a knock. Strong. Familiar. She opened the door with trembling hands. There he stood. Daniel. Taller than she remembered. His hair flecked with gray, eyes full of tears. "Mom," he whispered. "Daniel," she cried, reaching for him. The hug lasted minutes, maybe more. It was a hug that stitched wounds, rewrote endings, and said everything their words couldn't. He stayed for weeks. Helped her walk again, eat again, live again. They cooked meals together, laughed at old stories, and cried over lost years. He met Lily and thanked her like she had saved his own life. One evening, as the three sat on the porch, Daniel turned to Margaret. "You know, when you emailed, I was in the middle of a business pitch. I ignored it for hours. But something kept pulling me back to it. I think I needed saving too." Margaret smiled, her eyes wet. "Then maybe we saved each other." Lily giggled. "And me too. I got new grandparents." The three laughed. A trio built not by blood, but by humanity. By kindness. And that's how Margaret learned that help doesn't always come when you expect it, but it always comes when the heart calls loud enough. Sometimes it comes as a neighbor's knock. Sometimes as a son's message. And sometimes, it comes as a second chance. It's never too late to mend broken ties. Sometimes, all it takes is one message, one knock, one act of kindness to transform a lifetime of silence into a future full of love.